What if I told you that the very thing holding you back, the fears, the self-doubt, the emotions you've buried deep inside, aren't your enemies? What if they were actually the key to unlocking your most powerful, unstoppable self? Think about it. Why do certain things trigger you so much? Why do you secretly envy some people but never admit it? Why do you hide parts of yourself, even from the people closest to you? Here's a truth most people will never dare to face. The parts of yourself that you reject are the same parts that hold your greatest potential. And today, we're diving into one of the most mind-altering, life-changing ideas in psychology, Carl Jung's shadow theory. This isn't just another self-help concept. This is the key to breaking free from your limitations, stepping into your power, and becoming who you were truly meant to be. By the end of this, you'll not only understand your shadow, you'll know exactly how to use it to transform your life. Are you ready? Let's go. The shadow. The part of you that you fear. Carl Jung, one of the greatest minds in psychology, believed that inside each of us is a shadow, a side of ourselves that we've buried, rejected, or tried to forget. And here's where it gets really interesting. Your shadow isn't just your bad traits. It's not just your fears, insecurities, or flaws. It's also your hidden desires. It's your repressed potential. It's the unapologetic, powerful version of you that you were told to silence. Think about it. Why do you judge certain people harshly? Maybe it's because they remind you of something in yourself that you don't want to face. Why do you get uncomfortable with certain thoughts? Maybe those thoughts are revealing something about yourself that you're too scared to admit. Why do you avoid confrontation? Maybe because deep down you fear what you're truly capable of if you unleashed your full strength. Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." Your shadow is not your weakness. It is your unrealized strength, the secret power you've been suppressing. Most people run from their shadow. They deny it, bury it, pretend it doesn't exist. But here's the truth. What you suppress controls you. What you deny in yourself rules your life from the shadows. But what if, instead of running from your darkness, you learned to face it? Imagine, instead of being controlled by fear, you could use it as fuel to become unstoppable. Instead of letting anger consume you, you could channel it into unshakable confidence and power. Instead of suppressing your ambition, you could finally embrace it and create the life you were meant to live. This is what Carl Jung called individuation, the process of becoming whole, of accepting every part of yourself and finally stepping into your true power. And the best part? Most people will never do this. Most people will stay trapped, controlled by their unconscious fears, never realizing their full potential. But you don't have to be one of them. The final revelation: how to use your shadow to unlock your power. Now, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what parts of yourself have you been too scared to face? What desires, dreams, or ambitions have you buried because they felt wrong or impossible? What if the very thing you're afraid of is actually your greatest gift? Your shadow is knocking at the door. Most people ignore it. Most people run from it. Most people spend their whole lives pretending to be someone they're not, because they're afraid of what they might find if they look too deep. Individuation. The path to your true self. Have you ever felt like you're wearing a mask? Like the person the world sees isn't the real you? Maybe you've spent your whole life trying to fit in, suppressing parts of yourself to be accepted, successful, or good enough. But deep down, something feels off. Something is missing. What if I told you that the reason you feel lost, stuck, or disconnected isn't because something is wrong with you, but because you haven't fully become you yet? There's a process in psychology that explains this, and it's called individuation, a concept introduced by Carl Jung. It's not just self-improvement. It's a complete transformation. The journey of integrating every part of yourself to become truly whole. By the end of this, you'll understand why most people never reach their full potential, and how you can break free and step into your most powerful, authentic self. This is your wake-up call. Are you ready? What is individuation? Carl Jung believed that inside every human being, there are two versions of the self. 1. Persona. The mask you wear for society. The version of you that tries to be liked, accepted, and normal. 2. The true self. The real you. The one buried beneath expectations, fears, and conditioning. Individuation is the process of removing the mask and stepping into your true self. It's about breaking free from the roles you were forced to play, the beliefs that were programmed into you, the shadows of your past that still control you. It's about integrating everything you are, the light and the dark, so that you no longer live a life of conflict, self-doubt, or fear. But here's the problem. Most people never go through individuation. They stay trapped in their false identity, living a life dictated by others, never realizing who they were actually meant to be. Why most people never become whole. Think about this. From the moment you were born, you were taught how to act, think, and feel to fit into the world around you. Society, family, and culture shaped you. As a child, were you ever told, "Don't be so emotional"? You learned to suppress your feelings. Were you ever made fun of for being different? You learned to hide your uniqueness. Did you ever dream of doing something great but were told, "That's not realistic"? You learned to limit yourself. Piece by piece, the real you was buried under layers of expectations, fear, and conditioning. And now, you wonder why you feel disconnected from yourself. But here's the truth. The real you is still there, waiting to be rediscovered. Individuation is the process of undoing all the lies you've been told about who you are, and finally reclaiming your true self. The shadow, the missing piece of individuation. One of the biggest obstacles to individuation is your shadow self, the hidden part of you that you've rejected or denied. Think about it. The anger you suppress, the fears you refuse to face, the desires you convince yourself are wrong, all of these are part of you, and until you integrate them, they will control you from the shadows. Jung believed that individuation requires embracing every part of yourself, including the things you've been taught to fear, because what you suppress will control you, but what you integrate will empower you. How to begin your individuation journey. If you're ready to stop living for others and start living as your true self, here's where to start. 1. Face your shadow. What parts of yourself have you been avoiding? What emotions or desires make you uncomfortable? Acknowledge them. 2. Question your beliefs. Are your dreams truly yours, or were they given to you by society? Redefine what you want. 3. Listen to your intuition. Deep down, you already know who you are meant to be. It's time to trust yourself. 4. Stop seeking approval. The real you isn't meant to please everyone. Let go of the need to be liked and start being you. 5. Embrace your dark side. Your emotions, desires, and struggles are not your enemies. They are your teachers. Use them to grow. Individuation is not an easy path. It's not for people who want to stay comfortable. It's for those who are ready to wake up and step into their full power. So now, ask yourself, are you ready to stop living a life designed by others and start living as your true self? Are you ready to confront the parts of yourself you've been running from? Are you ready to become who you were meant to be? Because if you are, your transformation starts now. Projection, the hidden mirror of your mind. What if I told you that the things you dislike the most about others are actually a reflection of yourself? Think about it. Why do certain people trigger you so much? Why do some behaviors irritate you to the core? Why do you find yourself judging others for things you secretly struggle with? This isn't a coincidence. It's not just personality differences. It's psychological projection, a defense mechanism where your mind hides uncomfortable truths about yourself by seeing them in others. And the craziest part? Most people go their entire lives unaware that they're doing this. But today, we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and mind-altering concepts in psychology. By the end of this, you'll see yourself and the people around you in a completely new way. Let's begin. What is projection? Carl Jung, the legendary psychologist, believed that we don't see people as they are, we see them as we are. Projection happens when your mind rejects something within you and, instead of dealing with it, projects it onto others. For example, you call someone arrogant because deep down you struggle with your own ego. You accuse someone of being fake because you're afraid of showing your own true self. You get irritated by someone's laziness because you secretly fear that part of yourself. It's like a psychological mirror, showing you the parts of yourself you don't want to face. But here's the problem. Most people never realize they're projecting. They think their judgments are objective. They believe their reactions are justified. They don't realize they're looking at their own reflection. How projection controls your life. Think about a time when someone really got under your skin. Ask yourself, was it really about them, or was it about you? Most of our strongest reactions to others aren't really about them. They are about us, our fears, our insecurities, our wounds. Jung once said, "Everything that irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves." That means the qualities you despise in others might be the ones you refuse to acknowledge in yourself. The things that annoy you most could be pointing directly to your own hidden struggles. The negative emotions you feel toward others might actually be messages from your subconscious. And until you realize this, projection will keep controlling your life, keeping you blind to your own truth. The dark side of projection. The lies we tell ourselves. Here's the scary part. Projection doesn't just affect how we see others, it shapes our entire reality. We blame others for the things we don't want to take responsibility for. We judge others instead of confronting our own flaws. We create enemies where there are none, because our own mind turns our fears into external threats. Projection is what makes people call others toxic when they refuse to acknowledge their own toxic traits. Accuse others of being selfish while ignoring their own self-centered behaviors. See negativity everywhere because they haven't dealt with the negativity inside themselves. Most people never escape this cycle. But the few who do, they don't just understand themselves, they gain a level of self-awareness that makes them unstoppable. How to break free from projection. If you want to break free from projection and truly understand yourself, here's where to start. 1. Pay attention to your reactions. The next time someone triggers you, stop and ask, is this really about them, or is this about me? 2. Question your judgments. When you find yourself judging someone, ask, do I secretly struggle with this too? 3. Own your shadow. The parts of others that annoy you might be parts of yourself that you've rejected. Instead of running from them, face them. 4. Stop blaming. Start reflecting. Every time you point fingers at someone, turn that finger back at yourself and see what it reveals. 5. Embrace self-honesty. True power comes from looking in the mirror and saying, this is me, the good, the bad, and everything in between. The moment you start doing this, you stop being controlled by your unconscious mind. You start seeing reality as it truly is, not as your fears and insecurities paint it. And most importantly, you take the first real step toward becoming whole. The final revelation. Are you ready to face yourself? Projection is a defense mechanism. It's your mind's way of protecting you from the truth. But here's the question. Do you want to stay blind to your own patterns, or do you want to wake up? The truth is uncomfortable. The truth is raw. The truth forces you to look at yourself in ways you never have before, but the truth will also set you free. So ask yourself, what am I projecting onto others? What hidden parts of myself am I refusing to see? Am I ready to stop running and finally face who I really am? Because the moment you do, your entire world will change. Awareness, the key to unlocking your mind hook. What if everything you believe is a lie? What if I told you that most of your thoughts aren't even yours? The way you think, the way you react, the way you see yourself and the world, most of it wasn't chosen by you. It was programmed into you by society, by your past, by your fears. And here's the terrifying part. Most people never realize it. They go through life on autopilot, controlled by beliefs and behaviors they never questioned. But there's a way to break free, a way to wake up. It's called awareness, the ability to see yourself, your mind, and your reality with absolute clarity. And once you have it, you become unstoppable. By the end of this, you'll understand why most people are asleep in their own lives, how your mind has been hijacked without you knowing, and how to wake up and take control of your own destiny. This is your wake-up call. Are you ready? What is awareness? The power you've been missing. Most people think they're self-aware, but here's the truth. Knowing your name doesn't mean you know yourself. Real awareness isn't just being conscious of your surroundings. It's about seeing through the illusions, understanding why you think the way you do, why you react the way you do, why you keep falling into the same patterns over and over again. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." Think about that. Every decision you make, every habit you have, every person you attract into your life, it's all being shaped by forces within you that you aren't even aware of. But once you develop awareness, everything changes. The hidden prison. Why most people are asleep. Most people live in a mental prison, but they don't even know it. Why? Because they were trained to live that way. Think about it. As children, we were taught what to think, not how to think. We were told what is right and wrong, instead of being encouraged to question everything. We were given beliefs, fears and limitations that were never ours to begin with, and so we grow up accepting a version of reality that was handed to us, never realizing we have the power to change it. This is why so many people feel lost, stuck, or unfulfilled. They're living a life shaped by unconscious patterns they never chose. But here's the secret. The moment you become aware of these patterns, they lose their power over you, and that's when real transformation begins. The 3 levels of awareness. Where are you? There are 3 levels of awareness, and the level you're at determines your entire life. Level 1. Unconscious, the sleepers. These are the people who never question anything. They live on autopilot, controlled by emotions, habits, and societal programming. They blame others for their problems and never take true responsibility. They are trapped and don't even know it. Level 2. Semi-awakened, the strugglers. They've started to see the patterns in their life. They recognize that their thoughts, fears, and behaviors are shaped by their past. But they still feel stuck, unable to fully break free. They are awake, but unsure of what to do next. Level 3. Fully aware, the masters. They question everything, including themselves. They see their own biases, fears, and projections in real time. They no longer react emotionally. They respond with clarity. They have mastered their mind instead of being controlled by it. They are free. So now ask yourself, which level are you at? And more importantly, are you ready to level up? How to become fully aware, the awakening process. If you're ready to wake up from the illusion and start seeing reality for what it truly is, here's where to start. 1. Observe your thoughts. Your mind is constantly talking. But here's the question. Are you listening? What thoughts repeat the most? Where did they come from? Are they really yours or were they given to you? 2. Question everything, every belief you hold. Challenge it. Why do you believe what you believe? Is it based on truth or just something you were told? If you had been born into a different culture or time, would you still think this way? 3. Detach from your reactions. Your emotions are not you. When something triggers you, pause. Instead of reacting, ask, why did this affect me so much? What hidden wound or belief is this revealing? 4. Master your inner voice. The way you talk to yourself shapes your entire reality. Are you constantly doubting yourself? Do you talk to yourself with kindness or criticism? Change your inner dialogue, and you change your life. 5. See through the illusion. The world is full of distractions, manipulation, and noise. Social media, news cycles, cultural expectations. Awareness means not getting lost in the illusion. It means seeing things as they are, not as they're presented. And once you can do this, no one can control you. The final revelation. Are you ready to wake up? Most people will never reach this level of awareness. They will live their entire lives asleep, trapped in patterns they never questioned. But you now have a choice. You can continue living as you always have. Or you can take the first step toward true awareness. Ask yourself, are my thoughts truly mine? How much of my life has been shaped by unconscious patterns? Am I ready to wake up and see the world as it really is? Because if you are, your transformation starts now. Creativity and purpose, unlocking the power within you. Hook. What if your greatest gift is the one you've been ignoring? What if I told you that your true purpose, your deepest potential, has been hiding in plain sight all along? Think about it. As children, we were naturally curious, imaginative, and fearless. We created without limits. We expressed without fear of judgment. We followed what excited us, without worrying if it was practical or useful. But somewhere along the way, society, fear, and self-doubt buried that creativity. And with it, we lost more than just imagination. We lost our sense of purpose. But what if the two were connected? What if the key to your purpose is hidden in your creativity? Today, we'll explore the deep link between creativity and purpose. And by the end of this, you'll understand why creativity is more than just art. It's the essence of who you are. How society and fear have suppressed your creative power, and how reconnecting with your creativity will unlock your true purpose. This isn't just about being artistic. This is about becoming who you were meant to be. Let's begin. The truth about creativity. It's not what you think. Most people think creativity means painting, writing, or music. But here's the truth. Creativity is the ability to bring something new into existence. That means a scientist discovering a breakthrough is being creative. A business person developing a new idea is being creative. A person finding a unique way to solve a problem is being creative. Your next step. If you're ready to go even deeper into the secrets of psychology, human behavior, and the hidden forces that shape your mind, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. This is just the beginning. Your awakening starts now.